Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and I actually have kind of two layouts in one here. I'm working on photos from my New York trip from March of 2024, and I kind of skipped around a little bit. Now I was working on some Brooklyn stuff. Now I'm going back to the last layout I have for Queens, and as you can see, it's Gantry Plaza State Park. I have this open. This is where I think I want this photo, so I need a card here. And then the inside, I've placed these photos where, again, I think I want them, but I'm willing to change if needed. I need a card here, and then I have to figure out how to embellish these. This feels ripe to me for stamping or some kind of bigger embellishment, but I don't know exactly what that would be. So you can see I need a couple cards, I need all the embellishing, and then I will be happy when this one's done is because it will really close out like all the stuff I did in Queens, which is nice. And I'm not even sure, like, how did I skip this one? I'm not sure if I thought like, oh, I really don't know what I'm going to do, and so I just bypassed it and then forgot about it. But I'd like to go back, have it done, and then I know that whole section is completed, and Brooklyn, I believe, is done now. So then I just have the last part left, which feels good. For this top fold, I think I have actually already found a card I want to use. I had a set of stuff sitting on my desk that was all from LA Studio. I get their monthly kits, and so I had all these kind of piled up that I just haven't sorted and put away yet, and this was in there. And I thought that blue is perfect for this sign. And it gives me lots of room to journal if I want to, which I do have things to say there. So I think I'm going to do this one. I may add something to it, I think. Like some either stamping, because I have so many things that say New York, or I know I have stickers and stuff. I don't know if I have a sticker that says Queens, actually. Maybe I'll have to pull those out and look, but I just feel like there's some layering I can do to liven this up a little bit so that it doesn't look plain, because the colors here are very neutral in the back, and I do want it to pop at least a little bit. This is a sheet of stickers I had that I thought maybe it said Queens on there, but it doesn't. It only says Brooklyn for stuff that's outside of Manhattan, and I'm like, well, that's not really fair. Queens is getting the shaft there. I know more people go to Brooklyn or whatever, but still, you know, show some representation maybe of all the boroughs, at least have a sticker for all 5 boroughs. That's my complaint there. But anyway, I'm not gonna be able to use anything on here more than likely, but I still have these, which I had out because I was using them for Brooklyn. I also pulled these just because I like all the bright colors, and they are sort of travel themed, or at least the phrases will work for travel, so I have those as well. Plus I have all of my other like New York themed stuff, so I'm sure I'll be able to find something. I have pulled out more stuff. I also have this sheet of stickers, and it's not supposed to be specific to New York, but clearly there are things on it, you know, like these are clearly New York. They've got a taxi and stuff, so I might be able to use something there. I pulled out this stuff from Paper Person because I just like the colors, and a lot of it is city themed, so maybe that will work. And then I grabbed all of my New York themed stickers, so those are in there as well. So in my bag of stickers, I forgot I also have some die cuts and ephemera in there, and some DIY embellishments. And I was looking through all of these, so I had this in here. I even had a bus wood veneer, because I did take the bus a couple of times on this trip. And then I also had this in there. Now, I don't want this for this page, but look, it does kind of match this stuff. So I'm not sure, maybe I'll have to build a card or something, because I won't really need journaling there. If I'm gonna journal here, I don't need that twice. So I'm gonna keep that out here because I think I might end up using that. And then for here, I was looking at these and thinking, that's a pretty good color match. Could I somehow layer this down here? Now this thing is ginormous. That's one complaint I have, is embellishments seem to be getting bigger, but the kind of albums I do are actually getting smaller. So that doesn't work all the time. But maybe I could just, you know, like use that much and just cut off the rest of this. But I like the color scheme. I like that you're seeing buildings because that's what's behind here. I think it works. So I might use that to layer. I did decide to use this, so I have it adhered, and now I'm just going to cut off the parts that I don't need. I'm glad I have a pair of really gunky scissors for this, because I wouldn't want to use my good ones. Did get a little extra adhesive on there, so I don't want that on my good blades, that's for sure. All right, let's see how that looks. I like it. And then there is kind of some brown in here. I wonder if I should do, like, that doesn't really work. I don't think that would go well, but I bet I can find just like brown enamel dots, or would these work maybe? These little things here. They have a brown tint to them. They're sort of yellowy brown. Anyway, maybe I can layer some of that on here. Again, a little bit more color would really help. I think I have found something I can do here. I like the little benches that are on here. And they're almost, you know, more red than they are brown, but sort of a little of both. And it definitely would be a pop of color. And you can't see it necessarily right here, but there were benches along the way for people to sit because you're looking right across at Manhattan at that skyline from here. So I think that works out well. So I'm going to take out at least one of those and just see what I think of it. I decided once I had that on there that I also wanted a tree, because you can see trees in there. It is a park after all. So I think that helps. But then I wonder, like, do I need to put that up here too? It looks kind of blank, and ideally something here would be nice, but then everything is stacked on this side. I could move these, but then I don't want them heavily under this. So I'm a little torn as to what to do. I mean, I could leave it too, because it's just these two. This is completely separate in terms of color and things. So maybe I'll just leave that one as is, but I do like the tree added. For this inside part, in order to build the card, I wasn't finding anything in my New York stuff or just my generic, like, blank journal cards that I could build and have it look good. So I've decided to just use this background paper. It's a little bit darker green than what I wanted. It's not too far off from this, which is fine, but it's a little bit further off from the water, but whatever. I have it. It's already cut to 3x4. I'm going to use it. So I will need to layer somehow with this, because I don't think that's enough by itself. So I'm going to once again look through my New York stickers, all of these things that I have, to see, is there anything else I can layer on here that might look good? I do like this lighter blue, so I'm wondering, can I pull in something from these to enhance that? We'll see. So in order to bring in some blue, I think I'm going to either use these arrows or these arrows, because I have the blue in there, and both the layout before and after are still in Queens, so I think it would be fitting to have arrows going in both directions. And plus, I kind of went all over that area of Long Island City, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So I just need to figure out which ones look better, space-wise, color-wise, all of that. I chose to go with the bigger blue arrows. I did try the other one, this one. Those polka dots did not go with this at all. I think it just looked horrible. And so I went with this one. I'm happy with that. But then I feel like I need something down here. And I think I'm going to pull in the orange that's here, because I have that color as well. It's just a matter of what do I use. I do have a camera here, but then it also has some other colors in there I'm not crazy about. I do have these items down here that are a little bit more solid that maybe I could get away with just adding those, like, as a generic little symbol on there. I'm just not sure. So, I just noticed I do actually have other arrow options as well. So if I wanted to keep with that theme, I have that too, but I'm just not sure what's going to look the best with what I've already got. I decided to use this orange arrow and to point it down, because since this is in the top pocket, it also applies to looking down this way in addition to left and right. So happy with that. That's done. Then I have to figure out over here, what am I going to do? And I'm still okay with some possible stamping, but I'm thinking I need to bring in some of that orange. So I have to look again at this. That's kind of too big, maybe. But then I also have these still that I could do. The buildings wouldn't look right up top. So I'm somewhat limited in what I can do just given the placement, but I will make it work. I think I have a plan for this photo. I'm going to stamp after all, and I'm going to use this one that says "You Are Here." Now, originally I thought I would use something specific to New York, but this one happened to be on my desk too, and I think that would be just fine. So I think I'm going to kind of do it about here, and then I do have orange geotags. So I'm gonna use one of those and put it kind of off to the left above the stamping. At least that's my plan. When I stamp this, I'll know because I'll be able to actually see how it looks. But I think the combination of those will work well. I have done my stamping. I used StazOn ink to make sure that it didn't smear. So I have that on there. And I did it slightly more to the right so that I could fit in that geotag. So now I just have to figure out which orange do I want. That's a little lighter, that's a little darker. What's closer to this? It's definitely this one. All right, so I'll use that one. And then I just want to place it like that. I think, how does that look? Oh yeah, I like that, okay. Now, in theory, this should dry right away. This stays on, but I'm just gonna do this. Test it, make sure it's really dry. It is, yay. So I can put that in there. This might be all this one needs. All right, what do I think? Yeah, I think that's okay because these are kind of busy. And this is very busy too. So having this be a little bit more subtle but still have a pop of color, I think is a good choice. So here's another one done for New York. Thanks for watching.